Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow, and today you join me in a rather exciting new video, and today's going to be all about my new car. And I bought a car during the coronavirus epidemic. As you can see, we're in the new car, so we can crack on with this video. So the particular car I'm in is a 2004 Lexus SC430, and I had kind of fancied a convertible just purely because I thought summer I went to Rooftown driving feels. And anybody who's been watching the channel long enough will know I had an E85 Z4 for about a year and a half, about almost 2-3 years ago now. So on the hunt for a car, did have a look at Z4s as well, had a look at Mazda MX-5s, Honda S2000s, even had a look at briefly at some Mercedes, and then I reminded myself, oh, there's Lexus cars, made a couple of convertibles. I had to look at the IS250C. My daily car right now is an IS250, so I didn't see too much happening there, and I jumped onto the SC, and there's not too many of these up for sale, never mind sold in the UK. I think there's about 2,000 sold over the 10-year period, and I think at the time when I was looking there was about 16 cars on Auto Trader and 1 on Gumtree, so there really wasn't that many. And the story how I came about owning this one was I ended up finding it on Facebook Marketplace. I'd never bought a car off Facebook Marketplace, I'd only heard bad things, and my kind of experience was mixed. So this particular car actually came from Stockport down south. The guy selling it was a gentleman down in Wales. His son had a garage up in Stockport, which is kind of near Manchester for anybody wondering, and this is where the car kept kind of reside over winter and during the coronavirus situation. That's where it was sitting. Obviously I couldn't get down, Scotland was in lockdown, so I had to look at transport companies, not affiliated with this company in any way, but I had a look on this website called Shiply, S-H-I-P-L-Y. You just kind of put in the 2 postcodes of where you want a car picked up and dropped off, and you get a whole list of quotes over the next probably 24 or 48 hours of people wanting your business. It was a bit unnerving at the beginning because you have to kind of put a deposit down in one of them, and then when my particular experience, the guy ended up being great. However, he put down, I think it was like say 25% deposit down, say £50 or something like that, and I never heard anything from him for days, so I was a wee bit nervous that way. With regards to the car, I'd never seen it, got a quick video and a couple of photographs of it. Quite like the colour. This one's got the crew kind of cream leather with the bird's eye maple wood. A lot of them you see it's all black with the dark wood, and I've not actually seen one yet up for sale. It might be corrected now if you go on Auto Trader today, but at the time when I looked for a couple of months there was none with the kind of peanut butter colour that seems to be very popular in the States. I knew I didn't want kind of like a champagne silver one, which is also a popular colour on this car. So I quite like the colour, quite like the spec. Done okay mileage for the age of the car, and the guys have said that there wasn't really anything wrong with it. Leap of faith, paid them the money, and then I think maybe like a week and a bit later a V5C came through, so at least I felt a bit relieved when that came through. And then I got the car delivered probably about a week after the V5C came through, so probably 2 weeks from paying the money for the car. It came up in a big Ford F-150, which is quite cool. I'll put a wee video clip of that now, and you'll see how it arrived in the back of a trailer. The guy was totally sound, no issues at all, and you're just paying the rest of the deposit, or the rest of the quote when the car arrives, which is totally fine. A little bit of a word of warning would be Shipley was totally fine, fab. With regards to Facebook Marketplace, the guy had mentioned there was no issues. Got the car within 20 minutes of driving it, warning light came on, and it needs a O2 sensor, which seems to be a common fault with these cars. It has been in since the 2 independents and the Lexus dealer, and we've replaced some sensors and stuff, and we're still no further forward with the fault code, so that's a wee bit annoying. Also, the car needed literally 3 tyres the day after, or got 3 tyres the day after that I picked up the car, or the car got delivered, which was also a bit annoying. I know it's obviously buyer beware, so that's me saying that to you. Any of you guys looking to buy a car on Facebook Marketplace, it's far flung. Make sure buyer beware, because you don't want to be out hundreds of pounds for silly things that maybe are undisclosed, just because somebody's trying to offload the car. Luckily there's nothing major wrong with the car. Other things I've had to input to the car already. The radio was starting to go a bit iffy. Ended up having to buy a new amplifier, which a Mark Levinson amplifier for the age of this car is not a cheap option. Go and have a look, there's not many options to do, but that needed replaced. Pull out the boot lining and install that. Got the wheels refurbed. I could see they needed a bit of loving Did think about doing it or not, but I ended just going for it because I thought, why not? Because it makes the car look so great, and I'll put some shots of that now. And that's kind of where we're at the moment. It's got a silky V8 petrol engine, I think 4.3 litres, about 300 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, so it isn't too bad. It all goes through this 5-speed automatic gearbox. I'll be doing a full YouTube review kind of video on the SC430 in the coming week, so stay tuned for that. I just wanted to kind of do a introduction video to the car, and also just kind of give you a talk about how I bought a car during the coronavirus and my kind of thoughts on it all, and if you should do it or not. Just obviously buyer beware is my main takeaway from this. Make sure you get as much information as possible. Obviously you can do the MOT check on the DVLA website, you can check the tax, which for this it's £325 for the year, which isn't too bad for a big V8 petrol. So yeah, just do all your maths, do your check, just check everything, and you should be okay. So just want to say thanks very much for watching Cars of Glasgow. Hopefully you guys have found this video informative and useful. As I said, make sure to check out my coming video, probably be a week or so from now, which is going to be middle of August if you're watching this currently. And yeah, stay tuned for a full video on the Lexus SC430. Also feel free to click below and check out my other videos, as I've done many videos for over the years, which from high-end cars to low-end economy cars, so the world's your oyster. So thanks very much for watching. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Cars of Glasgow. Leave all that information below and have a great day. Ciao!